Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we explore an emotional and inspiring story of survival, courage, and unconditional love, the journey of a 10-year-old orphan who dedicated every ounce of his strength to protect his little sister. This is not just a tale of hardship, but a moving testament to the power of family bonds that go beyond age, resources, or circumstance. The story begins in a small, rundown neighborhood on the outskirts of a bustling city. The exterior world for this boy and his sister was unforgiving, crumbling apartment blocks with peeling paint, streets littered with dust, and the constant noise of traffic that never seemed to rest. Their home, if one could call it that, stood at the edge of an alley where daylight barely entered. It was a shelter patched together with tin sheets and wooden boards salvaged from abandoned construction sites. Despite its humble and fragile structure, to them it was a safe haven, a barrier from the chaos outside. The exterior surroundings told a story of poverty, but also resilience. Every wall and corner bore marks of struggle, yet also the signs of small victories in daily survival. Inside, the interior was as simple as it could get. A single small room served as bedroom, kitchen, and living space. The walls were bare except for a single photograph of their parents, now gone, hanging crookedly above a rickety wooden table. The floor was covered with a thin mat where the siblings slept close together at night to keep warm. A makeshift shelf held a few dishes, an old kettle, and 2 cups. Despite the scarcity, the boy kept the place clean and organized, determined to make it feel like a real home for his sister. When it came to performance in daily life, the boy acted far beyond his years. At just 10, he had taken on the role of guardian, provider, and protector. Every morning before sunrise, he would quietly slip out, leaving his sister asleep, to look for small jobs. He carried groceries for shopkeepers, cleaned floors at a mechanic's shop, and sometimes collected empty bottles to sell for a few coins. Though his income was meager, he always made sure his sister had something to eat before he touched a morsel himself. His energy, dedication, and resourcefulness made him not just a survivor, but a leader in his own small world. Safety was always his greatest concern. The streets were not kind to children, and he knew dangers could come in many forms: strangers with bad intentions, reckless drivers, or even hunger itself. To keep his sister safe, he never let her wander far from their home without him. When he worked, he sometimes brought her along, keeping her in sight while she played with scraps of cloth or drew pictures in the dirt. At night, he would lock their door with a piece of rope and sleep lightly, waking at the slightest sound. In his mind, every action, every choice was guided by the instinct to shield her from harm. What made their story unique was not just the hardship, but the unwavering hope they carried. Despite his small stature and thin frame, the boy possessed a strength that came from love. He turned discarded cardboard into toys for his sister, made up bedtime stories to make her smile, and even learned to read simple books so he could teach her letters and numbers. Every small act was his way of building a better future for her, brick by brick, even when the present seemed bleak. His greatest dream was not for himself, but to see her grow up happy and safe, free from the struggles that had defined his own childhood. In terms of value, if we were to measure the price of his sacrifices, there is none. No amount of money could equal the dedication and love he gave daily. He traded away his own childhood at the games, the carefree moments, the dreams most children take for granted, in exchange for her safety and happiness. His price was paid in long hours of work, in the calluses on his hands, and in the quiet moments when he hid his own hunger to feed her first. In conclusion, this story stands as a powerful reminder that strength does not always come from wealth, education, or status. Sometimes, it comes from the unshakable bond between two people who refuse to let life tear them apart. The boy's journey shows us that love can be the greatest form of courage, and that even in the most difficult circumstances, the human spirit can shine with remarkable light. His actions prove that family is not defined by size, comfort, or luxury, but by the willingness to stand by each other through every trial. For his sister, he was not just a brother, he was her home, her shield, and her hero.